Leon instructed them all to beat each other until their muscles were torn to shreds and their fists were broken. It was even better if their bones were broken as well. He insisted they make sure to do so. Day argued that this was nonsense and warned that such violence would lead to their bodies breaking down. Leon asked why that would happen, then showed a golden glass and told them to consider it a torture device. He revealed that the person standing before them was the guardian of the Holy Grail. Dohan noted that Day's injuries were healing. Day was shocked by this. Leon explained that all warriors near the Holy Grail would be healed, and if they drank the holy water, it would help regenerate their shredded muscles and realign their bones. They had 5 hours to destroy everything in front of them. Day did not hesitate and accepted the challenge, attacking anyone who stood in his way. Leon warned that if anyone was still standing after the 5 hours, he would take them on himself. He left the rest to Spin. Spin identified the fraudulent behavior and then addressed the warriors, instructing them to fight each other. He warned that if they did not comply, armed forces would be used. Reluctantly, the warriors began to attack one another. Day was astonished and questioned if they had all lost their minds. As Day was also struck, he realized that this was an opportunity to observe the daily routine of the hunters who had signed up to become Leon's knights. The fighting continued until noon, which was their lunchtime. They asked Hari about the meal, and Leon informed them it would consist of water mixed with sugar and salt. The mention of salt and sugar in the water shocked them. At 1 p.m., Leon had them stand and instructed them to split into 5 groups to try and stop him while he charged at them on horseback. By 9 p.m., they were resting and felt they had managed to endure the day thanks to Hari's cafe. They expressed their gratitude to Hari, becoming emotional over the support. They suspected it was all part of Leon's plan, but the hunters had no way of knowing for sure. Day was practicing with a sword alone and found that the shield was heavier than he expected. It also required a lot of effort to swing the sword effectively, and the stances he assumed while using the shield were too restrictive. To use the sword properly within the shield formation, he needed to focus on practicing his stabbing technique. Leon arrived and asked Day to continue practicing while correcting his posture. He instructed Day to try stabbing again. Day agreed and persisted with his training. As Leon observed, he pointed out that Day was making a mistake by lowering his shield while stabbing. Leon reminded him that he had mentioned before that he needed to keep the shield up to protect his ally's right shoulder, even if he couldn't see the threat. Day asked for the reason behind this. Leon explained that a lowered shield creates a gap, and a gap creates an opening. Day remarked that Leon's tactics seemed to be designed for situations where soldiers with shields stop the enemies while knights charge forward to defeat them. Leon agreed, describing it as the hammer and anvil approach, which he confirmed was his preferred strategy. Day expressed doubt, stating that the opponents were monsters and questioned whether this method would be effective against them. Leon asked if Day dared to teach him how to fight otherworldly creatures. Day responded that he wasn't trying to do so at all. Leon explained that the monsters Day encountered in the gates were countless compared to those he had faced. He described the monsters from his world as being far more formidable giants towering over 20 meters tall, trolls that regenerated infinitely, serpents with numerous heads, spiders ridden by countless goblins, and dragons that could crush mountains with a single hand. Day needed to understand the methods for hunting such monsters and also needed the ability to adapt to any unexpected situation, which could only be learned through real-life experience. Leon questioned whether they had decades of experience fighting monsters while serving a goddess and whether they had the triumphant spirit to achieve glory on any battlefield with any weapon. This was why he was teaching soldiers to be well-rounded. It was a necessary skill for a knight to heighten their chances of survival, and the key was to hone a single talent. Day expressed his desire to achieve more than just that. Leon asked if Day aspired to be a knight. Day questioned whether a peasant like him could ever become one, noting that aristocrats were typically knights. Leon advised him not to impose the logic of his own world onto his kingdom. He explained that being a knight was not limited to the aristocracy. A knight was someone who voluntarily undertook a path of hardship with a noble duty, someone who protected people and upheld righteousness with courage, and someone who swore eternal loyalty to the goddess and the people. Anyone could become a knight if they embraced these divine principles. If Day had the courage and character to take on such a duty, it was more than enough to earn Leon's respect. Day realized he had been prejudiced and now wanted to become a knight himself. The scene shifts to the United States Magic Tower branch, where someone wonders if he was merely a leftover. An old man reflects on his faith that someone would return. A magic orb placed there commands the old man to bow down. It promises to impart wisdom and truth, demanding reverence and offerings in return. The old man noticed that the voice of the orb had changed. The orb instructed him to prepare a space in the car for an emergency. The old man questioned the reason, thinking that the orb was meant for his descent to Earth. The orb, however, dismissed the notion, asking why he would voluntarily enter heaven. It instructed the old man to listen carefully. It had no intention of ever setting foot on a planet where that monster resided. The orb intended to devise a way to kill him, and now was the best time since the monster lacked an army. The orb emphasized the need to enter the same gate as the monster and hoped the old man would die in the process. The scene shifts to the Pantheon Guild's Standing Army graduation ceremony. On this day, a yellow gate was opened, and Hari asked Kim if he was really going to raid with Spin. Hari had been excluded from the raid. Kim confirmed that he would be participating in the operation and wished Hari good luck. Leon addressed the soldiers, stating that they had proven their worth through the rigorous 4 weeks of training. He wouldn't say much more. Now was the time for them to demonstrate their true abilities. They were about to raid the gate, something they wouldn't usually dare to attempt. But once inside, they would understand what it meant to be part of the King of the Lionheart soldiers. In the gate, they would confront the divinity they were sworn to serve. Leon encouraged them all with a cheer. There were 49 hunters with an average rank of D, plus 1 representative from the Hunter Association, and Leon himself entered the gate. Hari reassured Spin not to worry, as Leon was also going, so nothing bad was likely to happen. Spin noticed a discrepancy. There were supposed to be 51 participants, but he counted 52. With emergency protocols in mind, he rushed to the gate and entered to investigate. Hari followed and attempted to enter the gate but was unable to do so, understanding that something was wrong. She observed that the gate was fluctuating, with its color changing from yellow to red and the mana levels shifting. As the soldiers and Leon entered the gate, they were confronted by numerous demons and a demon gate. Leon, enraged, instructed his soldiers to raise their shields, activate the magic square, and assume their formation. As they advanced, Leon ordered them to move forward despite the overwhelming presence of demons. Kim noticed that despite the demon gate's menacing nature, the soldiers were pressing on with determination, showing no sign of fear. He opened a screen in front of him and noted that the buffs applied were superior to those of a commander level, and these enhancements applied to everyone. The demons charged at them, and Leon commanded his soldiers to raise their shields to block the attacks. The soldiers continued to block the onslaught. Kim observed that even a B-rank hunter would struggle against the Bloodhound's attacks, but the soldiers, fortified by sheer willpower, were holding their ground. He wondered how they had managed to achieve such progress in just 4 weeks. Leon ordered the soldiers to advance a step, push the enemies back, and counterattack without giving the demons a chance to strike. The soldiers began killing the demons, pressing forward and driving them back. Then, a demon troll appeared. Leon warned the soldiers to be cautious of its heavy attacks, which he noted were comparable to rank-level threats. Kim observed that the soldiers might struggle against such an attack. Day stepped forward to take the troll's sword slash, commenting that it felt light compared to the charged attacks Kim had faced. Spin responded by targeting the mid-sized demons and firing at them. The soldiers were surprised by Spin's appearance and intervention. Leon, on horseback, praised Spin's block and then charged forward, slashing the demon troll to defeat it. The other demons, astonished by the troll's sudden death, expected to be reverse-summoned, fled in panic. The knights of the land, witnessing the demons' retreat, celebrated their victory. They expressed their gratitude to Leon for saving the Sparrow Kingdom. Leon's soldiers were assigned the task of protecting the kingdom from the Demon King. They wondered if this was referring to the great demon, given the yellow gate. A soldier approached Leon with bad news, and Leon asked for details. The soldier reported that the gate they were supposed to exit through had been banished. This news shocked everyone. Leon urged them not to act rashly. Upon inspecting the situation, Spin reported a foreign invasion. Leon understood why Spin had come. He inquired if anyone could explain the entire situation. Day confirmed that it was a fluctuating gate, a phenomenon where the gate's difficulty suddenly escalates, and they wouldn't be able to exit until they cleared it. Leon suspected this wasn't a coincidence and declared that the plan would remain unchanged. They would clear the gate. Day expressed concern about the possible presence of demon kings. Leon responded that he was the king of the Lion Heart and had already slain 2 demon kings and over 30 great demons. He questioned whether Day doubted his abilities. Another hunter remarked that Leon appeared to be possessed by several demon-related traits. Leon reflected on his past when he had abundant divine power in his own world. He recognized that, currently, he couldn't guarantee victory against a demon king. However, a knight must remain steadfast and reliable, and others needed to depend on him. The scene shifts to the orb and the old man. The orb noted that Leon was growing weaker and ultimately he was still only human. The old man asked if the ritual should be started. The orb responded that it wasn't necessary for it to intervene, and that there was no need for it to step in. The orb revealed that the demons had been working for 100 years to awaken a creature that, once it became a demon king, would be capable of killing Leon. Hi guys, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you enjoy the content.